As I was mentioning to our first guest, Jesse Nunez, that my kids are 8 and 14. My 14-year-old, it's I don't want to ever say my kids are on their own because by trade I'm an IT professional, so I kind of manage and snoop and sneak, and view some of the websites that are coming up on some of the devices and in our home. And I'm not afraid to say that because at the end of the day, and at the beginning of the day, I'm a dad, and I need to ensure what's happening. And there's certain times you're going to need to put limits. There's certain times that your child can never feel like they are on their own or out there because the internet is dangerous.
I couldn't agree more. I can tell you with Screen, basically groundbreaking technology. You manage all devices, all of them are controlled. It's very easy to install. And you know what? I'll just tell you with a story. My son is actually doing his homework right now, and
Okay.
before, as you said, the snooping dad, so I was the snooping mom, like peeking, peeking behind his shoulder to see before he does the alt tab and switch whatever application was open, seeing that he's actually playing Minecraft and not doing his homework. And currently with Screen, all I do is open the app, and I see that yes, Word is open, and yes, PowerPoint is open, but there is Roblox and there is Minecraft. So apparently he's not actually doing his homework.
Right.
And all I need to do is just press a button, send him a message, and turn it off. And I can tell you that from experience, other people's experience, the kids, within 5 seconds, you'll either get a text message or you'll get a phone call or they'll run back to you and say, Mom, you turn it off. I need to finish my homework. And then you'll say, okay, but you're not doing your homework, so let's figure it out. Either you'll go back to doing your homework or you'll have to do it on a piece of paper. On the other hand, Screen comes with a default set of rules. You connect all the devices and it's all in the system, and automatically it gets the nighttime rule that you want them to sleep and not being on the device. And I love that telltale blue light, but not anymore. It's not there anymore. It comes with dinner time that it's not, and homework time. My daughter recently went to a sleepover, and she has Screen obviously installed on her device. All the girls were with their phones contacting everybody else that were not there. My daughter was the only one engaging with everybody else and sleeping when need to because her device was blocked. So it followed the same rule that she had at home when she was someplace else.
So, Tali, I want to stop you for a second and say, so this tool is so powerful because I was thinking it had to be within your network or within your Wi-Fi. You're talking about once the app is installed, whatever rules or permissions you set up, it's going to follow the person?
Correct.
Wow.
You set those rules applied whether you're home, whether the kids are home, wherever I'm here at work, staying late because of you, thank you. Knowing what my son is doing and knowing that he's actually doing his homework, and if needed, turn it off. And on the other hand, if he'll be at a friend's house, it will apply. Same rules will apply on his phone, on his tablet, on his computer, on the TV, on the game console, on the streaming devices, whatever you can think of, rules apply no matter where they are, regardless of Wi-Fi.
That is really awesome because I know of a lot of, like, for me here, I can control only at the router level. So based on the router and the rules that I have set, but once, like my 14-year-old takes that device and she travels 300 plus feet and it's outside of, the Ted Hicks network, I'm kind of sitting there like, okay, well, what is she watching? How is she using her bandwidth? Because, it's really, really important. So tell me this much. The app itself is cross-platform? I mean, regardless, iOS, Android, how does it work?
It's cross-platform, as you said, Android, iOS, Windows PC, television, Xbox, PlayStation, Roku, Kano, Chromecast. I can go on and on here. Those devices doesn't end. Kindle, iPad.
So, Tali, I got to jump in. Is it just IP based? Is it just internet based? Like if it has a MAC address, like.
Okay. Tell me when to stop being too technical. Basically, you install the app on the parent's device, whether it's iOS device or an Android device.
Okay.
You put on your user, email, and password. Now you go to the kid's device. Whether it's the PC, you download the app. You put the same user, the same password, automatically connects to your remote. So you'll see it right away. You'll start screening it.
Okay.
You go to the kid's iPhone, iPad, Android, whatever it is, download the same app. Select that this is the kid's device and not the parent device. Put the same email, the same password. Done. It's connected. For the television, we do have the set-top box.
Okay.
All you have to do is take the HDMI of whatever device was connected to your television, whether it's the cable box, whether it's Xbox, the PlayStation, here is the endless list. You unplug it from the TV, you plug it to screen. It comes with additional wires for you to connect it back to your television, and you're done.
Wow. Okay. So tell me about this. There's the technical side of it, and I just want to let you know I've been in tech for almost 20 years, so I'm fine with this discussion right here. I'm really excited about it. So tell me about the soft skills. Tell me about once the application is installed and the child sees that, here's some things that they were able to do, here's some things that they are no longer able to do. What I want to know is the soft skills behind it. Did you sit down with your children and say, okay, there's some new rules. Let's go through, X, Y, and Z. Here's how things are going to change.
Okay, so you're bringing to the family something very, very big, right? You're changing the way family is going to now interact with their screens. In order to do that and for that to be successful, you need to get everybody to buy in. Yes. And what do I mean by that? I mean, going back to myself and my own family, we had our set of rules, and we all know we have more devices than we have people in the house, and kids spend 6 to 9 hours a day on devices, 6 when they're kids and 9 when they're teens. And by the way, that's excluding school-related work, so it's like any given moment. Right. And it's impossible to manage all of that, right? So screen is a tool to help us manage all that. Now, going back to the soft skills, I'm bringing screen to my family, and I want to screen to help me enforce those rules. We sit and we think, okay, this is our homework time. Homework time between 3:30 and 5. We need all devices off besides our computer. Dinner time, we want all devices off, including mom's phone and mom's computer, because otherwise people are going to bother her. And we want her full attention. All those rules, we think about them, we put them in screen. Very simple, very straightforward. Now, after we did that, we all sign. Mom signs, dad signs, the kid sign. You're not binded by law, obviously, but it's an agreement that you made with your family. We did a family meeting for that, and we talked and we signed. It was a cool thing. And then I sent it to them in email, so they got it. I can also share it with social media if I really want to. I preferred not to. Right. And those are our rules. Another thing we did is, and tell me if you relate to that, when my kids have screen on and the devices are blocked, they will stare at the blank screen, and you know what they're going to say? And don't laugh at me. It will be, Mom, I'm bored. I have nothing to do. Right. There's like no toys in the house, nothing for them to do. Why? Because this is what they're used to. So at the same time we're talking about the rules, this is the time where we also talk about alternatives, and it's part of this screen solution. You have your rule, you have your agreement, and you also think of alternatives, and you can write whatever you want. You can start brainstorming with your kids. Our advisors suggest that you'll suggest one, and the kids will suggest one, but you can do whatever you want. We came up with we're going to play soccer. We pull out the Lego and play, and we do arts and crafts. That's art. And recently, by the way, we found in our screen free time we love knitting. But that's I shouldn't have said it in the radio. But anyway, we talk about those.
No. That's great. That's great. Keep going.
So we talk about those alternatives and we put them in screen. And the second those screens are blocked, they will see those alternatives. It will say, this device is not accessible right now. You'll see it within X amount of time. These are your alternatives. Go enjoy yourself. And now they're not going to look at a blank screen. They're going to look at screen's message and those alternatives. Maybe not the first time or the second time, but it will start getting them into the routine. Okay, wait, I said that, I remember, but I don't feel like playing the Lego right now. How about I'll put on sneakers and I'll go shoot some hoops?
Right.
And they do that.
Tali, I got to tell you, that's so important because I'm going to tell you, for one, with my 8-year-old, my son, a lot of times he's sitting there, and whether it's he's watching the TV or he's watching any one of those screens, I find myself saying, go outside. Or I find myself saying, okay, maybe it's time to go read a book. Okay, maybe we should, there's alternatives to just having a screen in front of your face. And, I mean, for me, I kind of feel like he's missing out on his childhood. Because when, I'm going to be dating myself. In the 70s, when I was growing up, there was none of this. There was just, this is pre-cable TV. And you would focus on going outside and being with your friends and doing things, doing extracurricular activities.
Hello?
Hey, did I lose you?
Yes, you did.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I said, as my previous rant was, the fact of the matter is, nowadays the kids are so focused on their screen time versus when they would, when I was growing up and when you were growing up, we were outside. We were playing outside. We were, involved in extracurricular activities outside the house, whether it's soccer or basketball or baseball. It just seems like nowadays our kids, there's a device in front of their face 24 hours a day. And it's painful to see.
I could not agree more.
Do me a favor. Could you tell me about how you started this venture? How did you I understand with you being a mom, but how did you, is this like this is a startup company? Is this, give us some background on that.
It's definitely a startup company. I was not planning on solving that. I was trying, like most people, parental control tools, and you mentioned the router. So my son actually switched to 4G, and here goes the router limitation.
Right.
Or I had parental control of his computer, and he called me and said, "Mom, I'm locked out of my computer." And I was at work, and I said, "Well, if I give you a password to get yourself more time, you're probably going to do other things that I do." So, and at the end of the day, finish his homework, I was very frustrated. And that brought me to think, has to be a solution. Having the background technology, being a software and hardware engineer, I just came up with a solution. I'm not alone. There is a team of people working on it, masterminds working on that solution, being done on multi-platform and done well on multi-platform, and the result is green.
Perfect. Perfect. So I have to ask you, if someone wants to buy screen, whether it's the software or it's the hardware, tell us best ways to find out more about this, your app and the hardware. Tell us where it's available, where we can purchase it, all the above.
Okay. So you go to getscreen.com and you can pre-order the full package. You get the screen app, the screen box, and unlimited devices for kids. It's discounted for pre-orders for $99.
Okay. So along with that, just because we're both IT people by trade, I've got to ask you this one question. It's going to be a little painful. What happens in regards to support for your product? Are there just FAQs out there, or is there, like an email address like parents can email, or is there like a 1-800 number? Give us some information on that.
Okay. It's currently for pre-orders, and we're doing beta. So whoever needs support has my cell phone and everybody else's number. So we want to give you that full experience. I do not want any more frustrated moms. I want us all to be happy like I am with Screen. There is the FAQ on our website. There is a way to contact us via email, and there will be, once it's actually in your hands, a number for you to call for support.
Wow. I'm very, very impressed, Tali. Tali,
I can tell you one more thing. You mentioned the techie, and you mentioned soft skills.
Yes.
One thing that I told you, number one family that is installed is first of all, it's installed on my family. The same as they have my number, I'm checking it on myself as well to make sure everybody's happy. One thing was, I need to thank my kids for that. They unplugged the device, and I'm going downstairs, and I see them watching TV, looking at my phone. Wait, you're supposed not to be watching TV. We added notification for the parents. Parents know if the kids try to uninstall or sabotage. On one hand, they get a notification, but on the other hand, if you have a screen and you set limitation for between 2 and 4, let's assume you're going to watch TV, it's 3:45. Kids will get a warning on the screen telling them it's about to turn off. If they will turn off by that 15-minute period of time, parents will get a notification. Now, I'm not just the bad guy, I'm also the good guy. And I'm going in and saying, well, guys, great job. I really appreciate you doing that. So that's another thing I forgot to mention, and appreciate the opportunity to add that.
Oh, no. Tali, I got to tell you, I want to be a beta user. I'll work with you behind the scenes on getting the device, because I'm really, really excited about it, because I want to do a review on Late Night Parents about it, because this is the type of stuff that us as parents need to know and need to see. Because it's a problem we're running into nowadays and there's no tried and true solution that's out there.
I agree. There are also a lot of issues with screen time, and I'm sure we can talk about it next time. But it's not just you want to set limitation because you can think, oh, well, technology is a good thing, and I actually pro-technology. It's bringing us wonderful, wonderful things as long as it's done in moderation. And that's the key with screen. It's done in moderation. You need to learn healthy screen habits.
Got you. Tali, I definitely want to give you a round of applause.
Thank you.
I tell you, this is the first time. This won't be the last time that you definitely come on here, because there's just like our first guest, Jesse Nunez, we always talk technology because that's, like I said, that's where one of the gaps happens to be with us parents and I even include myself, even though I've been doing tech for as long as, since the mid 90s. I got to tell you, there's a gap there, and we got to help the parents. We got to get this information out to them because, this technology that's out there that's happening so quick is hurting our children. So just like anything, everything has to be handled in moderation. Tell us best ways if we just want to learn a little bit more. You mentioned we can go to your website, but tell us how to get in contact with you, let's say other forms of social media, let's say Twitter and Facebook. How can we get in contact with you?
You can either find me as Tali Orad, or you can find GetScreen on Facebook. GetScreen.com is our website, and Screen Now is the way to reach us on Twitter.
Gotcha. Tali, thanks so much for taking the time out tonight to talk
Thank
with
you, Todd.
us. Oh,
Ted, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. But you butchered my name, so I...
Yes. Totally.
Now we're even.
Yes, now we're even. No problem.
I'm sorry,
Tali. No, it's okay. Tali, thanks so much for joining us. We definitely want to have you come back because we want to talk about Screen. We want to see how things are coming along, and I'm definitely interested in becoming a beta user and, hopefully evangelist for your product. So thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you.
And that was Tali Orad. We both butchered each other's names tonight, but it was a great conversation. We had two wonderful guests on tonight. As I mentioned at the onset of the show, it's Women's History Month. It's an annual declared month that highlights the contributions of women to events in history and contemporary society. It's celebrated during the month of March in the United States, the United Kingdom, and Australia, and it corresponds with International Women's Day on March 8th, and during October in Canada, corresponding with the celebration of Persons Day